Very warm good day to you all. So today in this video we are going to talk about the internal surface of the cranial wall. Okay, so you can see this is the cranial wall. So we have seen external surface of this cranial wall in norma verticalis. Now when we see it from internal side, so this internal surface of the cranial wall, so the shape of this is the bones present and the sutures uniting them of this is the bones present and the sutures uniting them. They are all we have described in the norma verticalis. So what are the pictures here we can see? The first, the inner table is thin. Okay, you can see this inner table. This is thin and brittle, and it presents the markings which is produced by the meningeal vessels, venous sinuses, arachnoid granulation you can see here, and to some extent by the cerebral gyri. That is the elevation on the cerebral hemisphere, cerebral gyri. And it also presents the ridges formed by the attachment of dural folds. Okay? Then the frontal crest, you can see here, the frontal crest lies anteriorly in the median plane. This is the anterior aspect, this is the posterior aspect. Okay, so it projects backward, this frontal crest, and the sagittal sulcus is there, which is running from before backwards in the median plane, and it becomes progressively wider posteriorly, and it lodges the superior sagittal sinus. Fine. Then the granular fovea are deep, irregular, large pits situated on each side of the sagittal sulcus. They are formed by the arachnoid granulations, and they are larger and more numerous in the aged person compared to the younger one. The vascular markings you can see, the groove for the anterior branch of the middle meningeal artery and the accompanying veins run upwards 1 centimeter behind the coronal sutures. Smaller grooves for the branches are there from the anterior and the posterior branches of the middle meningeal vessel, which are running upwards and backward over the parietal bone. Fine. You can see here the parietal foramina, which opens near the sagittal sulcus, 1 to 1.5 inch in front of the lambdoid suture. Okay. Then there is the impression for the cerebral gyri, which are less distinct as compared to the other areas, and these become very prominent in cases of the raised intracranial tension. Okay, guys. So this was all about the description of the internal surface of the cranial wall. So this was very small, nothing more complicated. So guys, you have understood it well, I hope. So thank you very much to be remain with me for this short time and for your patience. So thank you very much. Tata, bye bye.